Hey gang, welcome back. So a little bit of the handheld camera action going on here. We had hoped to start the rebuild of the shop by now, but we got an order for 3 tape looms, 3 separate customers. So that comes first. And for those who aren't aware, this is a tape loom. We built 3 of these, and there's a 3-part series videos on the channel, which I'll link in the description, to building these tape looms. So we're not going to record this and put it back up. We've already got one out there showing the intricacies of building one of these. And over here, we have the parts. So we have a cutout. We have the legs, verticals, 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 and the sprockets for the sprocket and pawl system to lock up the drums. The tables, all 3 of them. This is all poplar parts. Notice the figure in this. That's going to be interesting when we go to finish that. And then the heddles that I cut on the CNC machine. And the heddles, of course, if you saw it originally, go right there. Now, part of the shop rebuild includes replacing that little red cabinet with all my electrical tools, my wire stores, shrink wrap, connectors, everything right there. I outgrew that, and the drawers are too small. So I'm building this cabinet right here. And this is part of the shop upgrade. 6 drawers, 4, 4, 6, 6, 4, 4, 8, 8, and 10 and 10 deep. Full extension, all that kind of good stuff. I'll probably paint this blue. But anyway, all my electrical stuff from here will go in there, and that's going to give me actually more room to store more stuff until I, of course, outgrow that. Now, part of the shop upgrade is going to be upgrading some of the tools. Well, upgrading the tools or replacing the tools. Let me show you an upgrade I've already done on one of the tools. Where I saved a bunch of money and got a lot of good advice online. Because of tight space, I turned this kind of towards the camera so you can see that it is in fact a rigid from Home Despot, or the Borg as we like to call it. Now, I was agonizing, do I upgrade this with a new jointer, spend a lot of money, with a helical cutter head? What's the ins and outs or pluses and minuses of putting a helical cutter head on this? Well, I started searching YouTube and around the web for information. This video here, which will be in the description, from Under Dunn, convinced me to upgrade this to a helical cutter head, and here's why. He did the research and found that the core of this jointer, this part right here, is the same for, I don't know, 15 or 18 jointers out there. I copied his list, thank you, Under Dunn, and put it in the description in my video of how many jointers are made by the same company with the same core that are out there in the marketplace. And they range from $600 for the GRIZZLY to $1,600 for the POWERMATIC 6-inch. This is all the same. So I started searching around for a cutter head, and I went to Amazon, and I found this one. It's from Elifas. It's Chinese, of course. It came in the same box I seen everybody else's cutter head come in, with just different labels on it. The 2 wooden pieces and the nice hard cardboard. Here are the screws rolling around in there. When I took the cutter head out and compared it to cutter heads photographs from other manufacturers, I really couldn't tell the difference. They looked the same. So I said, okay. Interesting enough, they sent me the bearings. New bearings with it. I wasn't expecting that. And I said, well, how do they know what bearings I need if this is the just rigid thing? Well, harken back to that, they're all the same. All the bearings are the same, so they could include these bearings and it'll fit all of those cutter heads that are in the list in the description. All those jointers. So come on down, take a close look at the cutter head. And I didn't do a video of installing this. Go look at Under Dunn's video. He does a really nice job of describing how he installed the cutter head in his planer with a bit of dry humor thrown in. So here's the cutter head. Obviously, it's carbide, very sharp. Carbide cutter head. Spiral helix. Slightly rounded edges on the cutters, and they're marked, indexed for size 0. Now, it took me less than a half an hour to install this. And it took me maybe 3 to 5 minutes to, once I got it in, to make the adjustment to so that the cut is absolutely flush with the outfeed table, and then took another 10 minutes to put it together and then realign it. So that's it. That's all it took. Amazon, it was $289, I think. I'll leave a link in the description to this one on Amazon. But like I said, if you look at the description and look at all the planers that this cutter head will fit, yours is probably on the list. Thank you again, Under Dunn, for doing the research and getting that list. Another part of the upgrading the tools is a helical cutter head for the DeWalt. Now we went to order a Helix, and they had an 8 to 24 week lag time on their shipments. Didn't want to wait that long, so I went to mywoodcutters.com, found the Lux cutter head that they offer. In fact, we ordered the Helix through them, and he said, "Hey, look, we can get this other one to you quicker. It's the OEM diameter right out of the box. It comes with new bearings. The OEM diameter really means I have to take all the cutters off before I put the new head in. I don't have a problem with that. I can just screw them back on and torque them down. But it's my link in the description, mywoodcutters.com, and it's a Lux cutter head, and that's going to go in here, and that'll improve our planer dramatically. So that's kind of where we're at in the shop right now. As you all know, when you set up a workshop for the first time, it kind of grows in various directions, and sometimes without any rhyme or reason, unless you really know how to plan ahead, and I don't. So that's why we're blowing the thing apart. We're going to throw a hand grenade in here and start all over again, because we're getting orders for stuff. I'm making stuff that people want to have and buy. I need better workflow, and I need a bit more room, and this is what's going to happen. And yes, I'm going to build that J. Bates cabinetry on the side of the wall here, as I said in a video probably a year ago. It'll house the chop saw and the drill press and many, many drawers, and have all my hardware. So just about everything here is going to move over here in cabinetry. Going to open up the back of the shop because the chop saw won't be there anymore. You'll see. I'll document this online on video. I'll do video of me taking things apart and putting things together, and the tricks and tips I learned, and from the YouTubers and makers I learned those tips and tricks from, to put the shop together quicker and with a little less money. Anyhow, that's where we're at. We're getting ready after we do these, and like I said, we're not going to film these. After we finish these and they're out the door, boom, it's shop time. So there may not be a video for a while. That's okay. Maybe I'll throw in a couple of little tips now here and there. So until next time, as we blow the shop apart, make great things out of wood.